Welcome all. So, I welcome you to the NIBM Global webinar on the topic Big Data Analytics and Introduction to Big Data. So, we have heard about the term Big Data. What is Big Data all about and what is the relevance of Big Data? Actually, when I am talking about big data, I am not talking about, some data which is related to a particular company. I am talking about a data which is related to the entire history of the company details or sales details, employee details, etc. I am not talking about gigabyte of memory. I am not talking about megabyte of memory. I am talking about more than terabytes and terabytes of memory. So, lot of data is involved in this particular big data. Big data, when you talk about big data, you have to know about two more other terms, that is data mining and data warehousing. So first of all, let me have a look at what big data is all about, or big data analysis. Big data means a lot of data which cannot be stored inside a particular memory or particular storage, say computer, or in an organization, which cannot be isolated and taken or portably, which can be taken from one place to another. It is actually a huge amount of data. Why we are using this big data? Big data is of no use for a normal normal students and all. Big data is of use for the companies or organizations which have lot of amount of data. It may be in the form of sales data, or it may be in the form of employee details, etc. When we when we enter into a company, we have lot of departments in that particular company, maybe like HR department, finance department, marketing department, production department, etc. So, when we talk about the data in a particular department, for example, take the example of production department, we have production scheduling details, or we have raw materials details, etc. So, when we gather the information of all the data regarding the product dimensions or raw material dimensions, what is the amount of raw materials we have, or what amount of raw materials is needed to manufacture this particular amount of products, we have a certain amount of data. Okay. Present data, that is what is called as present data, the data which is actually required for today's production. We also require data for tomorrow's production, or 1 month after, or 1 year after. So we should have a formulated amount of data, equations, etc. with us. Plus we should have the past data with us regarding production. I am just telling an example about production department, and I have queued up this much amount of examples. That is past data, present data, and future data. If you take the example of another department like marketing department, we have lot of amount of data which is involved. I am talking in the point of view of data only. Data, we have lot of amount of data regarding sales, regarding forecasting, regarding number of products sold, or regarding some other forecasting methods, etc., or any equations, etc., regarding details. So if you want to talk about some budget, or say finance department, we have promotion mix, how much amount of money, or how much amount of money is allocated in terms of budget, etc. So there also we have a lot of data which is being involved. So when I am talking about data, it is a huge amount in marketing department, production department, and also in other departments also. So if you are considering a particular marketing manager or production manager or say finance manager to analyze the entire group of data, it is humanly not possible. So what we have is we have a lot of amount of data in front of a company. Say for example, if Britannia is having a huge amount of data regarding sales and all. Britannia is a company which is running for decades and decades. So we have information from the past, 2 decades. We have a lot of information. 2 decades of information regarding sales, 2 decades of information regarding finance, HR, production, etc. And we want to manipulate to the future in order to compete in the present competition. So what we can do, it is humanly not possible for a marketing manager to estimate this entire amount of detail. So we need the help of an analysis called as the big data analysis. That is a big data analysis all about. Big data analysis. So let us come to how we can go about big data analysis. In a company, we have historical data, present data and future data. So what is big data analysis all about? We have a lot of tools with us. Tools with us means it may be like say online analytical processing, OLAP is one of the tool, or we have Hadoop is a machine language. Hadoop is a machine language which you have to study in order to do the business analytics. So we have a lot of tools in order to in order to process this big data analysis. So when I am talking about big data analysis, I should also talk about data warehousing and this data mining. Data warehousing. The term warehousing means storage. We can store data in our pen drive, we can store our data in say laptops or some other hard disk, external hard disk, etc. But why this term warehouse is all about? The term warehouse means a lot of amount of data is stored inside like a warehouse or godown. So when I am searching for say 3 or 5 data among 10 data, it is much more easy for me to find out, because only total there are only 10 data. Out of that I have to take only 3 data, so it is much more easy. It is a bit easy. But if I have to search for these 3 particular data among hundreds of data, it is much more somewhat difficult. But when compared to previous one, it is much more difficult. So I will have to spend much more time. So if you scale up this amount, just imagine searching 3 data or 3 kinds of data among thousands, 3 kinds of data among lakhs. This is the present situation in every company. That is, they have to search for only few amount of data in lakhs or in terabytes of memory. So when we want to search for a particular set of data among a huge amount of data, it is not humanly possible to search. Or if I am going in human and searching it one by one in my laptop or in that particular storage area, it will take months, even months or years of time to search for a particular data. So it is not possible, or in today's competitive world, I should get everything finished, my analytics or my analysis or everything finished within a fraction of time. I have no time, because if I am lagging behind, say I am lagging say 1 week lagging or 2 months lagging, it is a plus point for my competitors. So what actually needed is analysis of the big data within fraction of time. So I have to fetch those 3 details or 3 data within short span of time. That is why there is a need for data mining. Data mining, by definition, data mining is termed as the process of searching our required amount of data from a huge set of data. So how we can mine this? Mining means not humanly going in and searching for the data in PC. We use a particular set of tools. In order to search from a huge set of data. Okay, so some of the tools which are used for data mining are Colab tools and some software tools, and Hadoop software is also used for this kind of big data analytics process. So when we are going for this big data analytics, what is the advantage? Main advantage of big data analytics in using in companies. Nowadays, if you are going for any higher education, big data analytics is a separate part. Or big data analytics is a portion which the students need to study on. Why? Because there is a huge career opportunity for big data analytics. Because companies are in need of not financial managers, or they are not in need of marketing managers. They are in need of persons who can do magic with data. They have a lot of data with them, and the students need, or the prospected employees need to make magic out of those data. So that is the field in which you have lot of opportunities. Also, I'm talking about a career point of view. Big data analytics is more needed, or big data analytics is what is of more important, not only for the companies, but also for every sector, in order to sustain in the competition. Thank you.